Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this opportunity, we want to present about long-term evolution technology, and I want to introduce myself. My name is Cynthia Lindria, and my friend Dodi Ramadan and Galih Cendana. In our presentation is divided to three parts. The first, what is long-term evolution? The second is technique on LTE, and the third, advantages and disadvantages of LTE technologies. Now, the first part going to present by Dodi Ramadan.
Okay, now I am present about what is LTE. LTE long-term evolution is a wireless communication standard high-speed data access network based GSM, HG, and UMTS. LTE standard is defined in 3GP Release 8. LTE standard represents the future of UMTS evolution of the architecture that support both circuit switch and packet switch to all IP. Provide data access 100 megabit per second to 80 megabit per second for downlink and uplink. Next, LTE is designed to transfer data instead of voice, IP, network, and list on top of FDM technology. LTE technology is designed to provide a better spectrum efficiency and increase in the capacity of radio, latency, and lower operating costs for the operator, as well as mobile wireless broadband service high quality to user. The main task of the LTE system is simplification of the system and the user equipment, and utilize the frequency spectrum flexibility. And there is specification of long-term evolution technology. For peak data rate, LTE support downlink speed up to 100 megabit per second on the 20 MHz channel, and uplink speed up to 60 megabit per second in 20 MHz channel. And the mobility and web optimized for low speed 15 km per hour. And next, target speed up to 120 km per hour. And the last, coverage area. Coverage is effective up to 5 km. And the next, coverage with minimal degradation 4 km for 30 km. Next, this is picture architecture of LTE. And this the working principle of LTE. Number 1, LTE use OFDMA technology for the downlink. Number 2, LTE use the SG SDMA for uplink. And 3, LTE use the MIMO concept to spin large blocks of data. This is the picture. technique of LTE. Okay, the next presentation about OFDM technology. Want to present by Galih Cendana.
Okay, now I want to present about technique long-term evolution. Okay, the first technique OFDM, orthogonal frequency digital division multiplexing. Number one, the technique of a system of OFDM modulation that uses multi-frequency and multi-amplitude. So the system is easily compatible by non-linear distortion that occurs an amplifier of transmission power. The next, OFDM is a technique of multiple scheme for multicolor modulation. Signal track with a signal with a high bit rate is divided into several channels with the bit rate is lower with a narrow frequency bands and each other, where each channel uses different frequency. Next, OFDMA, orthogonal frequency division multiple access. OFDMA technology have a common with OFDM technology. Only technology is able to use WU or mobile and nomadic device. Mobile and nomadic generally has limited power in terms of the transmission of the signal. Next, OFDM technology applied to support EAA 802.60 mobility. Next, sub-scandalization scheme to canal division into several sub-channels on multiple users in accordance with the request of data rate application and the condition the canal for that user. Advantage of OFDMA. OFDM have high spectral efficiency, so it can save bandwidth about 15% the spectrum of mutually overlapping. Next, implementally of VVT or fast Fourier transform and EFVT inverse fast Fourier transform makes it easy in terms of implementation. Next, OFDM resistant to fading and interference, so as can minimize ESI, inter-symbol interference. Next, the data speed approximating capacity can be archived use a subcarrier with big number and small bandwidth. Next, disadvantage of OFDMA. Frequency of such field the output of OFDM technique. It is the case on the side of demodulator pack with cause in value of the bit error rate is high, so that it will affect the overlap between adjacent subcarrier, which results in the orthogonals between the subcarrier. Frequency offset can also occur because the influence of Doppler effect. Next, technique of OFDM POPR or peak to advanced power radio. A high distortion on nonlinear high PI or high power amplifier that applies the high PI number output on the specific value and lowers the efficiency resource. Next, the loss of power and the efficiency of spectrum due on the quarter interval. Next, net for accords synchronization, so that the short process window or windowing fit can be please provide exceeded. MIMO, multiple input, multiple output. MIMO is a development of the diversity that is used to obtain high signal quality. Second, MIMO using many antenna technique both on the side of the sender of reception, which also function as a special multiplexing in contrast with the diversity in which its diversity antenna send the same data. Third, in the MIMO technique, it is possible there is number of transmit exceeded the number of data stream are transmitted, but not opposite number of the data flow must not exceed the amount of transmitted antenna. Okay, same kinds of antenna technique based on how to access the radio waves on the sender side of the antenna and receiver antenna. There are single output, single output, single input, single output, or SESO is the basic antenna system using a single sender and a single receiver. Next, multiple input, single output, or MESO is a more complex system using two or more antenna and transmitter only an antenna receive system known as transmit diversity. Next, single input, multiple output, or SEMO, known as using diversity technique receive one transmitter antenna and two or more antenna receiver. Okay, the next presentation about advantage and disadvantage or long-term evolution techniques want to present by Cynthia.
Now I want to present about advantage and disadvantage of LTE technologies. First, I want to present service of LTE. Through a combination of downlink speed and transmission or uplink is very high, more flexible, efficient in the use of the spectrum, and can reduce packet latency. LTE promises to increase on mobile broadband service as well as adding new value-added service. The second, great benefits for users include large-scale streaming, download and share video, music, and multimedia content that is more complete for LTE business. Customer can give a large file transfer with high speed, high quality video conferencing, and nomadic access to secure corporate networks. All of these services require a significant greater throughput to be able to provide the quality of service. Now I want to present advantage of long-term evolution technology. The first, download rate reach 299.6 megabytes per second and upload up to 75.4 megabits per second. Enhanced support for mobility, such as support for terminal move up to 350 until 500 km per hour. Supports roaming and handover capabilities to mobile network. Use of spectrum is flexible. It has a high performance. Support of MBS-FM or multi-card broadcast single frequency network. Now, disadvantage of long-term evolution technology. LTE technology is extremely weak if weather conditions become worse. When tests using TDD, time division duplex, downlink bandwidth, or time division duplex on the 2.3 GHz frequency reach 80 MHz and uplink is touching 20 MHz. Result obtained with such network condition that deserted lower traffic. The last presentation I want to present the conclusion. The first, LTE has a data rate of 100 megabit per second for downlink and 50 megabit per second for uplink. The second, spectrum flexibility EUTRA can operate on a different spectrum allocation include 1.25 megahertz, 1.6 megahertz, 2.5 megahertz, 5 megahertz, 10 megahertz, 15 megahertz, and 20 megahertz uplink and downlink are better. The third, LTE uses of OFDM system applying for the downlink and SC of OFDM for uplink. The last, LTE use technique which more sophisticated, that is MIMO system. Okay, there our presentation about long-term evolution technology. Thanks for your attention. See you next time.